I watched Hajime no Ippo back when I was like watching it on like a website. It was like Kiss Anime. But
okay.
God, I don't even know if that shit's still up.
If it is, that shit is littered with fucking spam.
Yeah, like back in the day, bro, I never seen spam. I was just like so much anime all day long, bro. I remember, bro, I used to get off of work anime all day, bro. That shit was bad. Now I can't watch anime like I used to.
I wish I had the time because I do miss it, but we old. Niggas ain't got time.
My thing is, you know, like I do have the time. I just don't want. I can't play video games all day no more. I can't watch anime all day. Like I'll play it a little bit, then I watch anime, and I'm like, all right, I'm going somewhere. I'm like, bro, I can't do it no more, bro. I don't know why. And it's like, old. It's just like I'll say, when you watch a good anime, yeah, that'll keep you.
Shit ain't as good as it used to be. Let's be honest.
We still get some good stuff, but it's not all that great. Like I can't even remember the one that I'm watching now, but it's an isekai. I love this concept because he's a regular looking nigga, but niggas see him and they just think he real ugly. Like, bro, it was so funny, bro. When he went to one town, he got attacked. I was like, yo,
this is ugly.
Yeah, they was like, demon. I was like, yo,
you remember which isekai we watched? What the fuck was the name of it? I can't remember a single detail about it. It was a dude was dark haired.
I've watched a lot of isekai, so
I know it was a
Shield
ago,
Hero,
though.
was it?
No, I didn't like Shield Hero. It was something else.
But Shield Hero first season was tough.
Once it got to a certain point, I was like, I'm cool.
I'll say this, whenever I watch any show or anime, whenever you give me a villain that I really hate, it keeps me. And I hated that, later on, she got her name legally changed to bitch. That's her actual name.
What the fuck?
I hated her with a passion. She did that nigga dirty. And the whole time I wanted her to get like a dose of her own medicine, and I knew it was gonna happen. I didn't know how long it was gonna take, and it was the end of the first season. I thought he was gonna kill that bitch. I was okay with it, but you know, he humiliated her. I was like, I'm cool with that. I was fine with that. But you can't think of anything at all other than he had dark hair. It wasn't erased, was it?
Negative. It wasn't. It was a goofy ass one.
It's a manga that I'm reading where the main character is playing like a virtual reality game, and he goes in and then becomes a blacksmith, like the legendary blacksmith. Bruh, this nigga, it took him probably like, I think he said it took him like 30 days to beat the tutorial.
Oh my God.
So later on, when he has to go to this one place to do these trials, they make you fight against the thing that you struggle with the most. And this nigga was like nervous to see who it was going to be. It was a sheep. He was like, oh, I did lose to this bitch. I was like, bro, you lost to a sheep?
That shit bad at you and you hit the ground.
Nah, that sheep was whooping his ass because he has like, as a blacksmith, you got nothing. Like usually you have to like start as like something as an attacker, then sub as a blacksmith. Nah, that was his main job.
Oh, that explains a lot.
That nigga had no attack moves. This nigga getting regularly attacked. You had to throw hands. That's crazy as a bitch.
I think a special ability was nose to the grindstone.
Yeah. Thanks. That shit's crazy, man.
Fucking stupid, bro.
But yeah, that was definitely one of my I'm still reading it. I kind of like fell off because they doing like competition between nations, and I'm just like, all right, I'll catch up later.
I hate those moments in like something when you're watching and it's like, oh yeah, this part's gonna be slow. I'm gonna fall back. I feel like that happened with me with Dr. Stone. It hit a point where I was like, yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah, Dr. Stone. I stopped watching it too.
That shit started getting real slow for me.
Yeah, Dr. Stone was such a good idea. Then it was just like, it fell off dramatically for me.
Drastically.
Yeah.
Like, this is such a good concept. It's been executed right, and then it just dwindled.
Bro, that shit was good for a while, and then it just kind of like, you know, fell off. So I was like, all right, that's okay. I'll try to find another one. And it's like, we don't really get those like bangers like we used to back in the day.
Trying to tell you, 2018, that year from January to December.
Yeah, it was flames.
Every season. So much, I don't even remember.
That's why I was like, bro, we should talk about that year. Figure out which ones dropped and then be like, bro. Because I'll say this. We don't get shit like Death Note, Full Metal, Code Geass, Gurren Lagann. It's so many like old school ones that I'm just like, we ain't getting something to that level anymore.
We aren't. Like, it's hard to find those anime that really stand out when everyone wants to be a isekai.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was good. I know because JJK was great, but it was mainly, the animation and the fight scenes. Just like Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is not really that good. It's just the animation and the fight scenes.
I won't say that for JJK in the way that I can say that for Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer fell off a lot. I will still watch JJK. I still think that it has a really good story.
Okay. I'm not saying it doesn't have a good story. It's just my certain type that I like. People don't have to agree with it. That's fine. I don't feel like he's a different type of main character, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I understand.
I don't fuck with nobody from the good guy side except for Gojo. That's it.
That's the issue there. Is that the good guy, we've talked about it before, so I'm going to brush over this. The good guy side doesn't feel as strong as the other side. That's the main issue with that series. And I understand people saying shit like, well, it just teach that, like, the characters have to really grind to get it and they earn it and they this and, like, that's fine. But, again, there's no balance.
The main story is just curses versus sorcerers. It's nothing that's like, I'm like, oh, this shit is great. You can say this is a great story, but I feel like,
I'm not saying it's great. I'm saying I understand it.
I understand it too. I'll say right now, Demon Slayer hasn't really shown anything that makes me not understand it. And they have a little bit more balance than JJK. So I guess I just want more out of it. I'll say this, My Hero definitely met my expectations. So we still get those good ones every once in a while.
Here's the thing about My Hero. The fan base keeps a lot of people away. Because we've even had somebody from the fan base, I told you before, go in our comment section talking shit. Let people feel how they want to feel about something. Like, what's wrong with y'all? It creates a negative space for people, and then they just don't want to watch it because they associate the negative fan base with feelings of the show being negative.
Oh, no, I agree. That's with everything, though. Like,
that shit is weird.
I ain't gonna even say it's weird. That's every single thing known to man. Like, I'll say this. In football, everybody knows the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody hates the Dallas Cowboys who's not the Dallas Cowboys fans because of their fans.
Yeah.
So it happens. Of course, y'all gonna have fanatics. Not everybody is sane in this world. So, of course, you're gonna have some weird ass niggas that enjoy your show. So, you be like, yeah. You be like, oh my gosh, I love My Hero. I bet you Deku's belly button tastes amazing. You be like, hey, bro, nah, All right, let's just hide that comment, please.
Nah, I'll let him fly. If I'm feeling petty enough, I'll pin a comment I don't like. I've done it before just so other people can look at that shit and be like, nah, you bugging out, bro.
But nah, JJK, it just was a different one, but it's not bad. It's just different from my preferences. So that doesn't mean that it's a bad anime. That's just, I like my anime to go in this direction. So it didn't go in there. Hey, fuck it, tough shit. Hey, keep it moving. Watch something else.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's I'm just like, hey,
That's what I say about it to a lot of people. You comment like, don't watch or just move on with your life.
Yeah, so I still got my opinion. You ain't gotta hear it. But my thing is, I wanted it this way. I got it a different way. Hey, bro, I'm telling you, some people would think it's a masterpiece. I'm not against it. I'm not gonna fucking lie. That last season, you can actually make a case that it was the best season in anime.
You most definitely can. Mm-hmm. That shit was fire.
Now, every time I think of like the greatest season in anime, you can put that in there. I always think the Ant arc. I always think Dark Tournament from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Dark Tournament is, for me, the best arc in anime history. Period.
It was a good arc. I'll say Ant arc was great for me because niggas died that I didn't expect to die. I was literally nervous every episode. Like, I was just like, all right, click. I'm like, what's going to happen next? I'm like, bruh, that fucking arc was so good that the main character is no longer the main character anymore. That nigga gone went home. Like, bruh, that nigga's a regular kid now.
Retired at 12.
Bruh, this nigga lost his nin and learned cursive. That shit was over.
Yeah, that's just a testament to how good that shit was. That the main character ain't there and people still want to watch.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be real with you though. I'm not gonna watch it anymore. It took too long. Like Hunter x Hunter been going for too long. That hiatus was crazy.
From start to finish, that Dark Tournament arc was fire. It gave us some of the best moments I have seen in anime. Knife edge deathmatch. Toguro with the fucking stadium on his back.
Dragon of the Darkness Flame.
Good Yoko Kurama.
Yeah, it gave way too many like great scenes. So yeah, Dark Tournament is up there with like the greatest arc I've ever seen. Oh my goodness.
And there's just so much strategy employed in the fights.
Yes.
It wasn't about who's the strongest.
Because Kurama was like, bruh, it was so smart because I remember he fought against the one group that they were just like, no, we're going to beat this nigga. So I think it was a dude who blood kind of like held him down. So he had to stay in and fight. It was like, oh, he can't leave. So this nigga got to stay and fight. And he still beat the next nigga.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, this nigga Kurama was cold. Oh, this nigga he flicked his hair. All the bitches went crazy and niggas died. That's crazy, bro. I'll have to put that up there too with like one of the greatest seasons I've ever seen.
I really can't think of something that was better. Between that, what was it? The Attack on Titan season where Commander Erwin dies.
That was
that
season was crazy, bro.
That season, from the time they got to the wall and realized they got ambushed all the way to the end, was crazy. And the end was when they found out what was actually happening.
Yeah, they finally went to the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say that was paced really good.
That was amazingly paced.
Nigga, it
was a great combination of action and story.
It was an evening.
It really was.
That shit was
that
crazy.
Was what's so crazy about it. It was one evening.
That's terrifying.
They went through all that in a 2-3 hour time span.
Bro, but when I tell you, like, for Armin to think, he was like, wait a minute. For them to ambush it, bro, they in the wall, bro. All right, let's try to find it. Somebody shoot off the smoke when they find it. Soon as homeboy Reiner jumped out, bruh, knife in throat. Bro, I was like, Jesus. Like, bro, and you know what's so crazy? They gave one of the greatest reveals I've ever seen. Because these niggas was having regular conversation. He was like, bro, that bitch bad, bro. She got a fat ass. Hey, bro, I'm the Armor Titan. You should come with us. I'm like, nigga, what? And I remember reading it, and I was just like, I'm the Armor Titan. Rewind. I was like, no. Because usually when they reveal something, it's a big shock. He was talking regular conversation. He was like, hey, bro, when I get big, I get big.
When I get big, I get big.
I was like, excuse me?
I rewound it too. I was like, wait, did I read that right?
Bro,
I'm the Armor Titan. We got cupcakes in the back. Huh? Don't just brush right past that part. Go back to the part where you said you betrayed us, nigga.
And who was the other dude's name? I can't never remember his name.
Reiner and Berthold?
Berthold, yeah. That nigga was like, Reiner, are you sure? He's like, yeah, bro, he cool, bro.
He's like, are you really sure? Because we know what he does.
You be like, bro, are you sure, bro? We killed his family. We family, bro. We Titan to
like,
Titan.
You realize he watched his mom get eaten in front of him, and that was our fault. Are you absolutely sure you want to tell him this?
Bruh, and then he was like, nah, he good, bruh. Like, we done had so many sleepovers. This nigga fine. He looked at Aaron's face. He was like, he ain't taking it well.
He was like, you realize how dedicated he is to revenge, right?
Bruh, and Mikasa jumped stupid quick.
Exactly.
Bruh.
And he has the best nigga on any military squad ever with him. And she's in love with him. Are you absolutely sure you want to do this?
Yes. I'll say this. Mikasa, that's waifu right there. She did some scary shit though. Because I remember that, I'll never forget this shit when they was trying to run away from them, and the look she looked in, like the crack of that nigga's fingers. She said, is this nigga still good? I was like, oh my God, Mikasa, that's terrifying.
She looked at that nigga like a ghost through the blinds.
Oh my God.
I'm like, nah. She is legitimately psycho.
And Aaron thought it was perfectly normal.
No. When you died, she held your head like a baby. No,
that's not normal.
Crazy.
That's not normal.
That's not normal behavior. She kissed the dead. That bitch is a, what do they call them shits? When you got like a fetish for dead people? I was about to say necromorph. That is not what that is.
Necrophilia?
Necrophiliac. She is a necrophiliac, sir. That's what you want.
She cut this nigga head off. She said, you gonna give me head for the rest of your life. She's crazy. She said, guess what? I'm gonna give you braids tonight. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh. She is crazy. Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie, the whole time while we were talking, I was like, what's another good season?
I don't know.
Sasuke retrieval arc was a good one too, but that's not up there with them.
No, it's not.
I'll say this. That's why so many people was upset about Naruto. It's because y'all literally built up all 4 of these Genin right now. Like, Shikamaru showed promise. Neji showed great promise right there. Because I felt like that person, who would figure out the blind spot of the Byakugan by fighting you? Like, bruh, hell no.
I will say, in all fairness, Shikamaru had moments that showed why he did so well in tuning his arms, though. Mm-hmm. Not in a way like Neji had moments, but not like that one Shikamaru had when he fought the dude from the Akatsuki.
Well, he set that nigga up, and he didn't want really like that type of nigga. All he was just immortal. That nigga won't like he's I can fight with a scythe real good.
But still,
that's about it.
Like that's a very, if you ask people what are their maybe top 10 moments in Naruto or Shippuden period, that's gonna be in there somewhere.
I don't think so.
It's mine.
I can go so many. I'll give you a moment right now. Okay. And it was so small for me. Like it probably was insignificant for everybody else, but this moment hit me. It was so wholesome. But you remember when it was in the war and it was Kakashi and Mike Guy, and it was 5 of the tail beasts were shooting 5 tails beast bombs. And then right then, this nigga Naruto conquered his inner demon. And then like Kakashi said, hey, I need to use Kamui. He was like, but I probably can't get all of these. My guy was like, I'm gonna go 8 gates, bro. 8 gates just to stop this. My nigga, I was gonna die just to stop this little shit that Naruto knocked away 5 tails beast bombs. And then when he just stood in front, this nigga Kakashi was so amazed by somebody doing this. The only person he could think of was Sensei. I would love that fucking scene.
It really was. That was a good scene.
That was a cold fucking scene. He was like, that's Naruto, nigga.
You know what's wild about Naruto? Naruto, in my opinion, is probably the anime character that had the biggest leap in progression in anime to me.
Yes.
Because if you look at it, Naruto, the first episode, his first shadow clone looked like an unraveled condom.
Yes. Terrible.
It was bad. That shit looked like paper mache art. That shit was bad. And he went from that to being able to summon a whole army of himself in a war that all maintained his what mode was that? Whatever mode that was, the glowing one. Mm-hmm. All maintained that mode, and they were all clones that could all be hit and still were just fine.
Yes.
That has to be the biggest leap in anime progression.
I understand why Sasuke was so mad at that nigga.
Yeah.
And he was a hell of a rival to choose.
He was like, you started literally at nothing. Your clone was a spitball.
Bruh.
And now you have surpassed me. I need a curse mark. Orochimaru, get here. This little nigga who didn't even pass academy is beating me right now.
Bruh, that was so fucking crazy, bro.
I need help. I can't beat my brother like this when he's catching up to me.
Bruh, and yo, real shit, you know, the more you think about it, Itachi knew that Sasuke needed some motivation to be that fucking strong that quickly.
Yeah, that Naruto, I could talk about Naruto forever. And for me anyway, it's probably my...
But that's the reason why I said that Shikamaru versus Hidan thing is way too many things that I would put on top 10 over Hidan and Shikamaru.
That's just my opinion.
Because I'm about to say...
it's probably in my top 10.
Shit, like Naruto figuring out the Rasen Shuriken. And then him perfecting it so he can throw it.
And that's another thing about Naruto that's so great. They take their time and show you how he progressed so rapidly and how creative he was with how he progressed.
Yes. It made sense because, you know, like in my honest opinion, I was like, man, Naruto looked like he's about to hit a wall. And then it was like, oh, you need to put an attribute towards your Rasengan. He was like, okay, well, what am I good with? He was like, oh, win. And then so they were just like, oh, but this nigga can train harder because he has Kagebushin no Jutsu. Mm-hmm. So while they're training, he's training. Soon as he lets go of the Kagebushin no Jutsu, all that shit comes back to him.
And that shit was funny the first time that happened, and that nigga collapsed.
Yes.
I was like, damn, he is exhausted. He got all the exhaustion from all of them shits.
Yeah. It's so many scenes from Naruto that I would put the first time that Sasuke and Naruto was about to clash with the Rasengan and the Chidori, and then Kakashi grabbed them both and threw them, I would put that over Shikamaru Hidan, bro.
You know a scene that's underrated to me, but it's hilarious? You remember when they were about to do the exam with Kakashi, and that nigga Kakashi called Naruto out immediately? He was like, you a loser? You always been a loser. You gonna always be a loser. And you look like you dress like a dried out highlighter. I was like, bro, that was so uncalled for.
You supposed to be my
He was
teacher.
like, you think you dripped out, but on the drips you got his tears, sad bitch.
Put that shit in your ramen.
And then Naruto got so mad he took the shuriken out his bag. Kakashi teleported behind that nigga, was like, try it again. I dare you.
I'd have remembered all that shit as Naruto. As soon as I got all control of my power and you lost the Sharingan, I would have fucked your old ass up, bro. I'd have beat the shit out of Kakashi. You remember that time that you said I ain't shit?
Remember the first time we met and you said losers don't pass this?
Bro, just like how all them niggas were like, yeah, nigga, you know, I was a rapper. My teacher said I wasn't gonna be shit. Look at me now, nigga. I would whoop my teacher ass now.
Hit that nigga with the Michael B. Jordan. Oh yeah, you remember you used to pick on me a lot.
Straight the fuck up. You be like, all right,
look at me now.
I was like, yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna name these hands lessons, and you about to learn them. I'm about to beat the shit out your ass, bro. I promise you.
Yeah, that scene, because I told you I've been rewatching Naruto. That scene was hilarious.
I'm like, bro, that was uncalled for.
It was hilarious.
I would have internalized that shit. I'd have held a grudge. I would have held a real fucking grudge.
And
bro.
then, of course, when they're doing the exam, as soon as Kakashi says go, everybody goes into hiding, right? Not Naruto. This nigga at the top of a cliff gets stomped out immediately.
Bruh, I'll say this, bro. You cannot take anything away from Naruto. He was different.
Yeah, and it showed when they were about to fight Orochimaru, and this nigga Sasuke was trembling in his fucking boots, and Naruto was like, "You a fraud."
Well, no, I'll even give another one. It was it Orochimaru that showed up and with the transformation jutsu was Naruto, and then he was just like, "Nah, you had a cut on your face last time I saw you, nigga," and then he punched Naruto, and then he turned back. These niggas gave a secret password. Naruto ass, and then when the other Naruto showed up and he did that shit perfectly, he said, "No, Naruto's stupid." I was like, facts. Naruto wouldn't remember that
at all. And that's what made Sasuke so smart to me, is that he knew, like, when the fake Naruto first showed up, Sasuke immediately was like, he's right-handed. Why is his bag on his left leg? Nah. Get this backhand from the gods, this nigga.
Yeah, hit the shit out that nigga.
Made this nigga fly.
What the fuck, Sasuke? He was just like, nah, Naruto's stupid. You sound smart. I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, he makes a solid point there. He makes a solid point. He knew Naruto wasn't going to remember that password. At all. But he knew glazing ass Sakura was going to remember that shit front to back. So he was just like, oh, yeah, she be glazing me. She got it. Naruto. People like purple. I just wear orange and blue. That's Naruto. I was like, yeah, right. Okay.
And it was so funny when Naruto came back and was like, yeah, my bad, Sasuke. I ain't remember that password, but
not at all.
It's time to work.
He was like, no, I know. You good. I'm about to say, bro, out of every single anime character in all shows, Naruto has the greatest entrances to fights ever.
He really... And this is the funny shit about that fight. When Orochimaru first shows up, all Orochimaru did was look at them niggas, and they had hallucinations of death.
I thought, in my mind, I thought it was a genjutsu. So
that's what Sasuke said. He thought it was, but he was like, "Nah, I'm just a bitch."
He was like, "They're bloodlust." I knew Sakura was gonna be weak.
She started crying. This shit was so bad. The only way to get out of being afraid was pain.
Bro,
I was like, bro. No fucking way. And then,
well, that was the way to break genjutsus, though.
I know.
Yeah.
But then this nigga Orochimaru pops back up, and this nigga Sasuke screamed like he was in a horror movie.
Yeah, Sasuke was definitely scared, bro.
That shit, you were so scared. Naruto came back and had to help you.
Bro, Naruto was just like, look at you. This ain't Sasuke. You a bitch. I was like,
exactly.
Bruh.
He was like, nah, you have to be an imposter because the Sasuke I know wouldn't be this much of a bitch. I was like, bro, I forgot all this happened.
No, I remember most of that shit.
I forgot. It's been so long since I watched Naruto, like the original one, that I forgot that Sasuke bitched out.
Oh, yeah.
That nigga was legitimately afraid.
But it took Naruto to knock him out of that shit because my nigga.
Like Naruto was boxing a snake while you were trembling in your shorts.
Boxing is a little bit much. Naruto got drawsed.
I'm aware, but at one point during the fight, he was literally punching a snake in the face.
Yeah, and that snake won't even flinching. Naruto had the red eyes and all. And this nigga was just like, why is this nigga eyes red? First off, I remember when we first met Orochimaru, we didn't know that was him. We thought it was a girl. Bro, when I seen her deep throat that scroll, I was like, you know what? This is a good show.
And then what makes it worse, that part is Naruto had to think for you. He's like, bro, wait, Sasuke, you're giving that up that does not mean that this motherfucker's gonna stop.
He wasn't gonna give up regardless, even if it was the best idea.
True.
Naruto he was just like, no, nigga, never give up. Believe it. Nigga, we about to die. I was like, bruh, we have to think about later on. This tuning exam, nigga, I'd rather survive. Naruto's stupid ass. And then when he went against Orochimaru, bro, he got licked up. And then he was just like, let me see that. Oh, you got a belly button sealed. Bruh. This nigga sealed it more. I was like,
He really did. He's like, oh no, this is breaking. Hold on, let me help.
you got to give Sakura like real dibs because that her aim was true. She posted that nigga on a tree like a post-it note. I was like, oh, that was good, girl. That was her strongest attack.
I say, why is her best moment helping Naruto?
Yeah, I was like, oh, that was
In the entirety of the original Naruto,
Yeah, like-
that was her best moment.
like Naruto was just like, yeah, what happened with that fight? Oh, bro, we good. He's like, bro, why the fuck is my back bleeding?
And then she managed to get him off the tree without effort. After the shit was over, I'm like, damn, this bitch strong, huh?
I was like, all
Where the
right.
fuck was this strength when you were crying?
Well, everybody got that strength. That's children's strength. So, like, every child in Naruto was tough. I'll say this. I know during that fight, I forgot how good the fights were.
You can tell that fight was gonna be good because the animation was different.
Yeah.
It started off, the animation style was completely different. I was like, oh no, this shit looks like 60 frames per second. This is about to be amazing.
Bruh. Even the dust couldn't keep up with Orochimaru, how fast he was going. He let Sasuke think that he was doing something. Bruh, he beat the fuck out of Sasuke after that.
And you know what's crazy? Who was that part when Sasuke was swinging down like he was thinking he was fucking Spider-Man and shit? Orochimaru caught him at the bottom, started boxing his face up. I was like, ooh, nah, bro. Nah, this is sad.
Because it starts off when like Orochimaru dodging all of his kicks and you're like, oh, Sasuke, all right. Then Orochimaru started beating the shit out of Sasuke.
He really did. Like, I'm going to let you feel yourself for a little bit, but once you get down here, nigga, I'm coming out of the woodworks and you going to feel this.
I ain't gonna lie to you though. I thought he killed her. Like, bro, when he had her like wired up to the tree and he did that dragon flame jutsu and he didn't just do, everybody else just be like, Katone, fire style jutsu and just like barely blow. This nigga had mouth open. I was like, oh, he dead as a
that
bitch.
Nigga disappointed. Smokey the Bear, he started a forest fire on his face.
Bruh, I was like, yeah, that bitch dead as hell. Dead as a bitch. But when he seen Sasuke's potential, that's why I did a little air tag, like little air one, so potential.
Let's be fair, he did have potential in that moment.
And then I guess
once he stopped being a bitch anyway. That fight wasn't very long, but for the amount of shit that happened in it, that was fucking phenomenal.
And that was when that's when Orochimaru gave him the curse mark, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he was like, oh, this nigga is good. Let me taste his neck.
Ew.
That nigga, Orochimaru was gross.
He was.
Bruh,
That nigga
he was just,
nasty.
in front of children, you swallowed a scroll. Whole. Teeth didn't touch it. I was like, bruh. He was like, hey, children. Give me the other scroll. I was like, bruh, these are children.
Nah,
and
that part where Orochimaru was Sasuke did get bold in that part because when Sasuke's like, yeah, I can see his movements as he was whipping his way around the trees, and in my head, I'm like, I know Orochimaru's playing with this nigga.
Yeah.
And then he proved it.
Bro, that's what I was talking about. At first, when he thought that, he was like, oh, his Uchiha blood is boiling. That was like when Sasuke thought he was putting up a good fight. When they got to that bottom, this nigga Spider-Man down, he got the fuck beat out of him, bro. I was just like, bro, Sasuke, run. You was gonna run before, just run. Fuck Naruto. The show is now Leaf Village. Fuck that shit. Leave that nigga on the tree like a post-it note. Let that nigga stay there.
The show is now called Leaf Village.
Like, fuck that shit, bro. I would have abandoned that nigga.
Yeah, it's you are lucky Orochimaru saw potential in you because he was gonna fuck you up.
Bro, but what? My thing is, the Leaf Village is so fucking terrible. Like, bro, y'all always had villains just chilling amongst y'all.
That's my thing is, y'all supposed to have this advanced analysis type team. Why didn't y'all find them niggas to be dead there before all of this happened? Y'all ain't found out until Orochimaru was with a bunch of children.
Bro, he was refereeing. Like, bro, Orochimaru was doing everything in the tuning exams. He was literally just like, I don't know what I'm going to take from here, but I'm going to tell you something. Then he found a child that was perfect. He said, Did
they ever explain why he was even there? I forget.
I think because that was when I think he was probably just analyzing the entire situation because he planned on killing the fifth Hokage. Which
we gotta watch that fight.
I did. Like that shit. And you know what's so funny, bro? I always think like, bro, I always wanted that question answered. We'll go into this when we actually watch it though. Okay. But you remember when Orochimaru was first fighting against the fifth, and then he brought up the first and the second, and you see he
wasn't the fifth, he was the third.
Third Hokage, yeah, you're right.
Because the fourth was Naruto's that died. Then they went back to the third.
Yeah, so yeah, lower third, you're right. So I remember when I first watched that scene and he brought back the first Hokage, then the second Hokage, and then another coffin was coming up. That nigga said, oh, he can't let this nigga come back. And he threw the kunais at it and then it fell back down. Nigga.
Oh, he was going to bring back the fourth?
Yeah.
That would have been crazy. You know, I know if the first and second Hokage are getting tired of being resurrected.
Hey, bro, at least they getting updates.
And like, so what's happening now? Y'all are fucking struggling.
Bro, this nigga, the second Hokage showed up. He was like, wait a minute, your eyes are red. You were Uchiha, bro? That nigga went on go mode as soon as he seen Sharingan.
That nigga was so racist, bro.
Racist is a bitch. I don't mind it.
He's like, you are Uchiha? Ah, nah.
But it was definitely, it wasn't learned. That shit, his brothers just kept dying. He had like 4 brothers.
Yeah, that was
a crazy war, bro. Y'all literally was raised just to fight a fucking war. Y'all niggas, the war started because they had a spades game that they got upset about, and now y'all niggas is killing children. I was like, bro, that's why I don't play spades at family reunions, bro. I don't play spades or dominoes. I know my worth.
Niggas take that shit too serious.
He said, oh no, this Joker too safe, ain't it? Niggas get bad off of spades, but there's so many fights I want to talk about from Naruto.
That's why I'm rewatching it. There's so many good moments that it's so much good content can come from Naruto.
If I'm being real, I was really under the idea that Shippuden was better. Nah, and then when I was like looking at older shit, I was like, Naruto might be better, bro.
Once I've gotten, like when I was younger, I used to think Shippuden was better, but nah, the original Naruto has not even just great moments, but like that's when they were really developing the most of the story in Shippuden is just the Akatsuki is fucking shit up. Mm-hmm. But in the original, there are so many more great moments, like especially with the characters developing.
Bro, and then that song when you know some good shit was gonna go on, that was tough. That nigga was just like, no, I'm gonna be the Hokage. That shit used to get me hype as a bitch. I used to cut that shit on right before I'm about to use the bathroom. Piss all over the floor. I didn't tell. But no, they did that sound I say OST, I guess. When that nigga Sasuke started getting his ass beat, that shit sounded haunting. That music was terrifying. Bro, Gaara had terrifying music too.
There's just it's so many good moments. And then, of course, the show is over when Sasuke leaves, basically. Mm-hmm. It's a bunch of filler after that.
After the fight at the Valley of the End, that was it. I just forgot how technical Naruto was until I watched that fight. Because, my nigga, like, Sasuke has so much potential, and then he barely used it in Shippuden at all. He still used because he did that against Itachi. He still did the wires, but I felt like y'all could have did some crazy shit if y'all had really been thinking about it.
No, I'll give Sasuke I think Sasuke had better moments in Shippuden than he did in Naruto.
I don't know, bro.
I think he did. Between the fight with Deidara and the fight with Danzo. Hell, even the fight with Itachi.
The fight with Itachi, I don't think that was a good moment for Sasuke, bro. I don't think that was a good moment at all. He got countered the entire time.
He was getting washed that fight.
He literally.
If Itachi was being serious, Sasuke would be dead. Mm-hmm. That nigga was a technical genius.
That nigga said, any last words, Itachi? To the left. Bring him back now, y'all. One eye. Bruh, done. Left eye this time. Bruh, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I remember I wasn't reading the manga at that time. Once they went to filler after the Itachi and Sasuke fight, that's when I started reading the manga. Nigga. Not gonna lie, I thought he took his eye. I was like, this show has gotten so much better. I didn't even want Sasuke to lose his eye, but I'm just like, now he has to fight one-eyed. I'm gonna be real, I'd have been like, I'm about to go into the Elite Village and steal Kakashi's.
Is that one of the best reveals when you find out like Obito is still alive and all of that?
Well, it was so many people online that was guessing that already, so I wasn't really surprised.
Oh, I didn't know.
Like, because basically people just like, oh, Obito was Toby. Obito was Toby. I mean,
Toby is Obito?
Yeah, Toby is Obito. I kept hearing that online. They were just like, Put Toby put Toby again. What does the name spell? I was like, oh shit, Obito. I was like, oh, everybody was saying that, so I already had a feeling. So I was like, it makes sense. Ooh, so who had the best moment in the Sasuke retrieval arc out of all the Genins? Take out Naruto.
I wasn't gonna say Naruto anyway. I was gonna say, what's the fat nigga name?
Choji. That's what I was giving it to.
Choji? Yes. When he got skinny, nigga, I was like, I want to rewatch that so I actually can go more in depth. But that moment was crazy.
Bruh. He was just like, bro, I'm about to eat this pill. He gives you wings. I was like, oh my God.
Red pill gives you wings. Yeah, because he had the least potential out of his classmates, really. And for him to do that and beat who he beat.
Yeah, and Kiba fought against the dudes who were like, it was two of them, but they can conjoin as twins.
And now that's another reason why I'm so mad at Naruto is you give all these moments, all these characters, all these great moments.
I was literally gonna bring that up earlier,
and then they have nothing in Shippuden.
That's why I was gonna bring that up, but you had changed it, and I was like, I'm just gonna stop. But I was just like, bro, like you literally from the Sasuke retrieval arc. This is why Naruto was better because they built their side characters. They built these men up like they was gonna be good. Now, when the time skip happened, the only person who actually showed like great potential, you got Shikamaru and then Neji. Choji had his moment in the war though when he got like the giantification, whatever that move was, when he got huge and then did the butterfly and he fought against the the ghetto statue.
It's just none of the moments were as good as what they had in Naruto when they really had a chance to shine.
I would say Choji fighting against the ghetto statue that had all the tail beast power and it was impressive.
I have to rewatch it. I don't remember it.
He fought the ghetto statue in the war. He went to that little big mode with the butterfly and fought against that statue that had all of the tail beast power in it. It wasn't as great of a moment, but it was as impressive. They never gave Kiba shit. They didn't give Kiba shit. They didn't give Shino shit either. 10-10.
I was gonna say one of my favorite characters was fucking Shino, and nothing.
He was just like, bro, you fuck with me, I'm gonna give you roaches.
That's what, like, he was so cold in the original Naruto, and for him to not really get much of anything in Shippuden, I forget he was a character. Because that's how little screen time he got.
He had drip too.
That's what I'm like. He has so much potential. He was my second favorite character outside of Shikamaru. And he got no real screen time in Shippuden at all.
Well, my favorite character, and I wish they did more, and they kind of did with him, so I'm not going to take away, was Kankuro. I love the puppets. I love that idea.
Yeah, he was good.
That's why when they showed Grandma Chio, I was like, this is like the peak possibility, because when she was at first, I was like, ain't no way you gonna beat Sasori. He did the 1,000 fucking niggas y'all had to fight against, and then she had the 7. I think it was 7. I can't remember the number.
It was something that was not even in the double digits.
I was like, nigga, those fight scenes, because those 7 or however many it was went the fuck in, and then she was just like, all right, let me control Sakura. Nigga, that shit went so fucking hard. That was at the beginning of fucking Shippuden. Yeah. That, like, honestly, that set the fucking bar high to me.
It did. And it like that was another one of the moments where that was the only moment that Sakura got.
Yeah. And then this bitch had the nerve to look Sasuke and Naruto in the face and say, I finally caught up. No, you caught up to us in position, not in power, bitch. You was on the other side of the war, I understand. Now you're caught up to us where we're fighting on the same battlefield, but not the same power level. You can't do shit. You can heal us. like
they set her up so cold too, because she finally got like the little diamond shit on her forehead, like she was about to be Tsunade. You think she's finally about to be that? Like she was training with Tsunade and all of that. You think she's about to be that? Nope.
Well, Tsunade was just a good battle healer, and Sakura had that same thing. Because in Boruto, they did give Sakura a moment.
She was whooping ass.
Oh my gosh, she was. I was so hyped for her.
She was going in.
And you know, it's so crazy that, you know, niggas talk shit about Sakura, but she had her moment. Yamcha never did.
We're not doing this.
Fuck y'all.
We're not doing that. That nigga only moment was being caressed by gravity.
No, his only moment was he played baseball and they still traded him. That nigga got traded, got put in the D League.
That nigga had 3 horrible moments in Dragon Ball Z. Died by a Cyberman, the only person that got killed by a Cyberman, then got crushed by his own ego, then got a hole ran through him. Like, yeah, this just let it go.
That just ain't my thing, bro. And this nigga, I ain't gonna talk shit about that one, because that was like all the Cell Juniors did have the same power level as Cell.
Yeah.
So None of them could do shit. Not even Goku.
No, not at all.
So I can't really talk shit about that.
I won't gonna talk shit about that. That shit was bad.
Mm-hmm. I was like, bro, how y'all gonna beat this?
Right? Then Gohan started teleporting across the field. That nigga karate chopped one of them niggas' heads off.
Bro, no, that was a karate chop, and then he punched the head off.
The Gohan was going crazy.
He hit a nigga and then up kicked him in half. Bruh, Gohan showed up and was cold.
He took all that childhood trauma out on that day.
Mm-hmm.
That evening was all about therapy, soothing lessons for Gohan.
His transformation was so hard, his tears were going up. That's just that, bro. We ain't never down,
that nigga. Tears was the Nile River.
That nigga said, "Yeah, we never down. We up over here." That bitch just went up and evaporated. He said, "Gohan, you're smart," but he was like, "Hey, shut the fuck up. I wish I had J's and stomped on your head." I was like, "Cell's crazy. Cell's crazy." I really, I think that this is, just adding on. I really do think that we should rewatch Naruto. I'm with that. Yeah, I'll rewatch it.
We can rewatch it and come in here and just spitball. We ain't even got to agree on nothing.
I'm gonna do the same thing with My Hero. Cause
I'm gonna rewatch that too.
I'm gonna say Naruto and Deku are the only characters that I feel that started off the weakest. And their progression was great. Like Deku didn't just he did come upon some power, but the first time he used it, he broke his arm and his legs.
I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. Somebody said the dumbest shit in the comments I've ever seen in my life.
What?
They said, "I think My Hero would be better if Deku never had powers." I'm like, there wouldn't be a show. What is he gonna do? Be on the sidelines and commentate all the heroes doing shit? What are we talking about?
Like he's the greatest hero because he had notebooks just like yours of just fuck you, nigga. He had notebooks of just battle raps on how he was gonna beat heroes and villains.
He was the Batman of the My Hero verse.
Mm-hmm.
He had a strategy for everybody.
Yes, and he knew you front to back. That's how he was able to figure out the time limit for Stain when he was taking out the blood. He figured out Stain quick, but then he figured out, different blood types is probably the reason why I got out quicker. Bro, he's the only person. I'm not saying the only person because all those kids actually think when they're fighting.
Oh yeah, they do.
But him having that and him having nothing and then getting everything is the reason why he's able to utilize them so well. Now, of course,
you don't get characters like that anymore, really.
No,
like the Naruto or the Deku. You don't see a lot of characters where you see them start with nothing. And by the end of the series, they are the best in the show.
Yes.
You don't see it that often no more. It's either they start off the best or they ain't shit at all.
Now, I'm not reading the manga. If they do that with Itadori, I would shut the fuck up, bro. I will shut the fuck up.
From what people are saying, they say eventually he does get really, really fucking cold.
I'll say this. He ain't bad now.
He's not.
It's just that, bro, my nigga, y'all took me out of soccer practice and then made me fight demons.
And that's why I like his character so much is that, like they said, that's the reason why he's getting beat so much. The higher ups of the sorcerers, whatever, want him dead. And that's why he's been thrown in these situations where he's supposed to die. It's that reason. They want him dead. So he doesn't have a choice but to adapt. And he's doing the best that he can. And
at the end, they were just like, bro, I'm going to be real. I understood the dude with the sword when they were fighting. And, bro... Sukuna already left, and he was just like, bruh, this one dude we fighting is hard. He was like, yeah, that nigga Itadori got to be dead, bro. We can't let that nigga run around. No, I was like, bro, wait, but that was like 2 hours ago.
I'm gonna say you can hate him if you want, but that was the most rational thought
that really
in that whole arc was if he wasn't here, this situation would not be as bad as it is. He's here and fucking it up even more than it already is fucked. He needs to die,
bruh. I'm just like, yeah. I'll say this, bro. I may be the only one that have noticed this. This nigga never chewed a finger. That nigga just swallowed it.
I'm deep-throated fingers.
Bro, that's crazy, bro.
He deep-throated fingers so much he did it unconscious.
Bro, didn't cough.
At all.
No gag reflex.
They ain't even have to try to pretend to make him swallow. That nigga felt something in his throat and swallowed immediately.
Like, oh my gosh. That was reflex.
Long ass sharp fingernails and all. I'm like, this nigga so tough, his throat tough.
I hope they explain why he's tough like that.
There's again, one of the moments where, from what people say in the comments, they explain him eventually.
Okay, yeah, I really do want to read the manga, but I'm not going to.
I'm not either.
I don't never read the manga of an anime that I want to watch because that killed Naruto for me, if I'm being real.
Yeah, I want all the surprises, and then I'll go back and read it later to see if it was better.
Yeah,
when I read it. Like,
yeah,
if I read it and it's amazing, and then I watch it and it's not up to my standards, I'm gonna be disappointed. I don't want to be disappointed.
Because I watched I didn't read it. I'm not gonna sit here and say I read it. It was like somebody did like a panel of side by sides of like my hero moments. It was way better in the manga, and I'm just like, that's why I won't read that shit.
That's why I stopped. I started and I was reading. I was like, there's no way they can make this as good as this. I'm gonna stop. Deku's had a lot of great moments. I feel like the first one that he had was where he broke his arms and legs punching that fucking robot.
Yeah. Well, he fucking broke his legs from jumping.
Yeah.
And broke his arm from punching.
That nigga, I bet Deku probably looks back on himself when he first got the power and was like, I was dumb.
I can't even say that because how would I know?
Very true.
Like All Might can't teach you because as soon as he got it, he was good.
That nigga was already a grown man.
I don't even think he was grown.
Probably not. That nigga was just built different.
I don't know why Deku has to go through all that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, out of all the users, he's the only one who had to go through hell the way that he did. Because even All Might told him, like, you got to build your body up first to be able to use this. But to that extent, it's like it was that bad.
Yeah, All Might had that bitch immediately. As soon as he got it, he was able to use it to its full ability. So for Deku to have, like, bro, his wherewithal is crazy because you have to be like aware that, okay, I can only use 25%. Only time he accidentally went above is when he fought against Bakugo. That was the only time he accidentally went above.
Oh yeah, when Bakugo took him outside and was like, bro, you gotta fight me.
Bro, facts. Bro, and I'm sorry, I respected Bakugo for that. Bakugo, like, bro, I need my one, bro. You looking too strong. Yeah. I need motivation.
Like, no, we gotta fight because you're catching up way too quick and I need to see where I stand.
Yeah.
That's basically how it went. That's some real man shit though.
Mm-hmm.
To be like, I've watched you have nothing and now you're surpassing me. Nah, we gotta run the fade now.
Mm-hmm. I fucked with Bakugo for that one.
For real shit.
If I'm being honest, there's not really that many characters on any side that I dislike.
Me neither. That's what made it so.
Like, Shigaraki's a real fucking villain.
You know, it's always been, there are people, I didn't think I was going to mention this actually. This is a great topic. There are people, when we posted a video before about Deku's development, somebody in the comments said they didn't like My Hero because they felt like, how are these kids who are just starting out able to keep up or beat these adults? I'm like, you don't watch the show. Because if you watch the show, they tell you that every generation of quirk users gets stronger than the previous generation. Mm-hmm. And eventually it's going to hit a head. Like, they explain that in the show if you watch it. They blatantly say each generation is stronger than the last one.
Yeah, because even if Dabi, it's so crazy. That reveal was great too.
That was amazing.
Dabi, that's a great example of it because his fire was strong enough to hurt himself. So that tells you that Endeavor had a fire. It bothers his body, but he can still use it to a certain amount. That nigga was damaged from his own fire. So that tells you that quirks get stronger over time. That we just answered our own question with Deku then.
We did.
Yeah, I think so.
We really did.
I really think we answered our own question with that one.
Because hasn't he been the only one that adapted all the other users' quirks?
Yeah, everybody else just had they had their quirk. So that's why All Might got it. They explained that in the show. All the other ones had quirks. He was the only one that didn't. So that's why when he got One for All, he had that shit immediately. And I guess since him being quirkless and getting it and then giving it to Deku, it got stronger over time. It's so crazy. I remember I was going through my little spiel of just watching sports animes. And it was one called Yaomushi no Pedal. And it was a bike anime. Real shit, I had no clue it was going to be good. And then the end of the second season, because the main character, you see him he's just a regular nerdy dude. And he's just riding a grandma bike. You know them bitches with the basket in the front?
Yes.
But this nigga, the other, like the Sasuke character, he was training to race and he was going up a hill and he's struggling to go up a hill. And this nigga singing this song, he man, going up a fucking hill. And he like, this nigga ain't struggling on a grandma bike. He was just like, cause he had the actual road racer. I brought this up because it was one of my favorite moments in the show. It was Inner High, and he was climbing up because his mom always seen him as a nerd. She didn't even know he was going on the bike team. Mm-hmm. So she ended up like, oh, is this a bike race happening? He was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Let me just check this out right quick. And then she see her sons just go by. And instead, she like, because she never seen her son as an athlete. Nigga, she was just like, as soon as her son went by, she said, oh, no, whoop that nigga ass. He was like, got you, mom, took off. She was like, that probably wasn't even my son. I cried laughing on that part. But I love that scene. That show had real good scenes, bro. Like, another good scene was when, because the Inter High wasn't just one race. It was like, I think a 3-day thing. And then the one dude, because it was that big dude, he ended up winning the second race or something like that. But then the next day he was like, bro, my body, I can't go today. He's like, I'm just too tired. Because as soon as he started going, he's tired immediately. He was like, I overdid it yesterday. I can't do it. So you know how hydroplaning is. Like, you know how I said hydroplaning. I think it's called drafting. When you like driving a car right behind somebody and you're not getting any air. So you get no resistance from air. So you're able to stay at that person's speed. Mm-hmm. So the main character went back to find that nigga because he was like, I'm just gonna sit out. So he went back to the race and then just drafted this nigga back to the team. and the thing that's crazy, he was just like, because he was using his body, still eating correctly, he wasn't even using that much. He was barely, getting a heart rate. It brought him back. I was like, oh my God, bro. And then now your whole team back. I was like, bro, that was one of the hardest moments. I'm getting goosebumps right now. I love that scene. Sports animes are so fucking underrated, bro.
I still need to watch Hajime no Ippo.
Hajime no Ippo. What was why I can't think of shit right now. I'm mad that I can't think about this shit, and I love this fucking anime, and I'm waiting for another season.
Why you doing that? You remember when Naruto
IQ, there you go.
Imagine if like the Naruto verse, like that ninja school was real, and one of your students transformed into a naked bitch in front of you. That nigga's on a watch list from here on out.
Bruh.
What the fuck were you thinking, sir? You just exposed all these children to a naked bitch. You are on the pedophiles top 100 from here on out.
Wait a minute, who you talking about Naruto doing that, right?
Yes, when he did that in front of
and them teachers was going crazy.
Nah, there was another part. The second episode when Naruto had to take his class photo and this nigga had face paint and shit on. That shit is, and they had him sit in front of the board and they was looking at the photo. It's like, what the fuck is this, Naruto? That shit is like when you have a job interview and they discover your Twitter handle, your Twitter profile and shit. Shit was hilarious. I'll say this, the writer for Naruto was smart because they made sense on certain shit. Like, they were just like, no, Naruto does this because he gets no attention. He has nobody at home, bro. That nigga goes home to an expired jug of milk.
Damn. Yo. This nigga went home. He was like, bro, he never had lights in his house
at all. It was dark every time that nigga got home. No wonder the milk was expired.
Bruh, never took out the trash.
Cause there was that episode where he jumps Sasuke, transforms into Sasuke to try to get Sakura to kiss him. And right when she was about to kiss him, this nigga's stomach starts rumbling. Runs to the bathroom. Then Kakashi goes to his house because he's trying to figure out like his students. Looks at the milk. This is expired. I was like, no wonder this nigga got the shits.
But yeah, just thinking about that shit hurt. I remember in Shippuden when they came over to Naruto's house just to play cards. Because Shikamaru was the one that was like, yo, let's go chill with my nigga Naruto. But when they all left, he was to himself, nigga, that shit was heartbreaking.
Yeah,
that was heartbreaking, bro. They did so many scenes like that on Naruto Shippuden, bro. It was so fucking sad. And then, oh man, another very wholesome scene is because when he shared the Kibi chakra with everybody.
Yeah.
And then what's her name? The blonde haired girl who can transfer her mind.
I know who you're talking about, but she was so irrelevant. I can't remember her name. I can't
remember her name at all. But she was
Ino?
Ino, damn, yeah, but good pull. Yeah, it was Ino, and since he gave everybody the power, her power affected people, so they were seeing his memories. And so when all the people was realizing how Naruto felt about them, niggas was like, bro, what the fuck, bro? We was treating you like shit and you still fucked with us? I'm gonna be like, bro, Naruto's a real nigga, bro.
Yeah.
He was a real one. He always was.
It's like he had a full understanding on why people didn't like him, but he just didn't care. He's like, nah, I'm gonna show y'all why y'all should fuck with me.
Yeah. And the thing that's crazy, even Sasuke, I'll say this, I still got to give Sasuke some love on this one, is because he made his mind up. And even when he seen Naruto's memories, it made him waver a little bit, but he stuck to that shit.
That nigga stood on business all the way through.
I fuck with Sasuke for that one.
As soon as everything was over, it was like, Naruto, come over here with me.
He was like, hey, bro, what you doing, bro? Shit. I was like, what the fuck, bro? I'm gonna be Hokage. Nigga, that was my shit.
He like, I'm gonna be a Hokage and shape the village the way I want it to be. Bruh. What you gonna do about it?
He was like, bro, nobody gonna have power. Like, bro, we don't do electricity in the Leaf
Y'all
Village.
gonna all live in the dark edges so y'all can see what it felt like to be me.
Bro, straight the fuck up.
I was like, God damn, nigga, all right.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, Sasuke, I'll give him this. He was standing on business. This nigga literally got the Mangekyo Sharingan and lost that shit. Like, he literally went blind on a lunch break.
He had it in an evening and lost it.
Nigga. He was blind in a day. That's crazy. It was over time Itachi went blind. Sasuke got that shit and went the fuck
I was
off.
gonna say, Itachi went blind over the course of Sasuke's whole life, basically. This nigga Sasuke lost that shit that week.
Bruh.
As soon as he got it, he lost it.
Paid on Monday, broke on Sunday.
That nigga was crazy.
It was crazy. He got them bitches and he was just like, all right, let's find Killer Bee.
Immediately.
He bought Killer Bee back. It then went straight to Danzo, straight to the fucking Kage Summit. And the shit is crazy is once he got the transplant, when he took the badges off, he went to the Ninja War. That nigga was on go the whole time.
From fighting Itachi to the war, didn't stop at all. As soon as he recovered, he right back out again.
Yes.
Fort Kabuto, Fort with Naruto, then Fort Naruto. Them niggas was on go. Didn't stop.
Sasuke was just on go all the time, bruh.
This nigga, he is the definition of standing on business. I have a mission to achieve. I'm going to achieve it. Y'all fuck my brother over. I'm fucking the world up.
Yeah, and it's just so crazy. It takes a nigga like Naruto to stop you from doing that. No other nigga could have done that.
At all. There was nobody who could keep up with him.
Bruh, Deku would have never talked Sasuke. Oh, no. I think Deku could have talked him out of it.
Deku talked Todoroki into using his other side.
That he hated.
He had childhood trauma associated with that side and used it because the nigga told him, that's you, bro.
He said, nigga, that's your power, ain't it?
He's like,
oh my God, you're right.
You gonna really stop yourself from being a full hero because you got daddy issues.
Hey.
Boy, cut it out.
You acting like a straight bitch, bro. Boil some water. You tripping, nigga.
You know what I found out to be funny? I was looking at a video on YouTube of them showing you size comparisons in One Piece.
Nigga.
Luffy is
short
as fuck and beating niggas the size of skyscrapers. He fought Kaido. He was the size of Kaido's toe. And fought and beat him. I was like, there is no fucking way in hell y'all let this midget beat y'all ass. Oh my God.
And, what's his name? Whitebeard, bro. He was like half giant. So that nigga was, I really underestimate how tall that nigga was.
A lot of the niggas Luffy fought were way taller than him. I was like, this nigga is the epitome of a chihuahua.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy because that's terrifying though. Terrifying.
No wonder he had to come up with fucking third gear.
Speaking of which, that first time he figured out second gear was probably the hardest thing I ever seen.
You know, I forgot that shit has such a drawback because I forgot that what he was doing was accelerating his blood flow, which was destroying his body. That nigga, but then his life expectancy is 30.
But then that nigga literally trained his insides. That's crazy.
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
That's why now it don't bother him. This nigga got a callus on his heart. That's crazy.
Between his life, he's not gonna live long.
I think he'll probably make it to like 41.
It's a good thing he'll be happy once he died because he lived a real
full life. And it's crazy. I don't even think he's like 18 yet.
No, he went on his adventure when he was 17. No, he's 19.
No, 19.
He started at 17, then it had the 2-year skip. He's 19.
Yeah, so that's crazy. You're still a teenager.
Exactly. You have not hit legal drinking age yet, and you are one of the 4 emperors now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is absurdity.
But it ain't saying much because one of the other emperors is Buggy. That nigga literally finessed his way into being an emperor.
That nigga paid for that spot. I'm sorry.
Bruh, he finessed his way. And I ain't gonna even lie to you. His new like character design is cold as a bitch, bruh.
I ain't seen it. I don't know what it
Yeah, I fuck with it. Like he looks like I would think him being a captain later on would look like. I like how every time you see a nigga, these niggas got like different outfits on.
Real shit.
Blackbeard looks haunting now.
That nigga Blackbeard is different, bro.
Yes. Oh, question for you. What is the greatest show of loyalty that you remember in One Piece?
We've had a full discussion about this.
I got one though.
What?
I don't think we brought up Bon Clay, did we? Bon Clay was a real nigga, bro. And I know everybody thinks, oh, you're gonna go to Ennis Down when he stayed back for Luffy. You know, he ended up saving Luffy, like doing all this extra stuff. Okay, that's great shows of loyalty. The greatest show of loyalty is when he first got on this ship and he showed them his powers, and he went to like Luffy, Usopp, and Chopper, and he mimicked fucking Nami, and he was like, it even does the body. Flash them niggas. I was like, oh, you a real nigga, bro. That's a real friend. That's a real friend, bro. If Sanji was there right then, he would have looked out for him too. Probably. He was like, hey, yo, bro, I got you. Bing. I know Robin was like, don't touch me, nigga. Don't fucking touch me, nigga. Don't fucking touch me.
That is sick behavior right there,
bruh.
And you know Sanji would have went full in.
Ow! Nigga, Sanji
like,
would have.
He would be like, so what else you willing to do,
bruh?
Like Sanji, that is nasty, bro.
It's so funny. Like Sanji is like, he's the funniest pervert on the show that I've seen. Because
Yes.
you remember in the Fishman Island, bro, when he saw the princess fish, he lost so much blood they had to give him a blood transfusion. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then after the Wano arc, because you know Kaido's son, I guess she keeps saying he's his son, but it's a girl.
Respect her, bro. Respect her wishes. This is 2024.
Nigga, she hopped in that hot tub with Sanji in that jump. That nigga died because he saw the jump. He said, "Ooh, ooh, ooh." I was like, Sanji.
Sanji's had too many moments where he's almost died from bleeding out the nose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bruh, calm down. What was that one where he was in the hot tub? Not the hot tub. He accidentally went to the hot. It was like, was it the hot spring with them?
You talking about with all the different mermaids and stuff?
No. It's when he had on the Power Ranger suit shit. Nah, he had put it on and snuck into the bathhouse with it and then bled out so much he revealed himself.
Bro, it was so funny, bro. It was one time that his nose spray ended up causing a rainbow. I was like, bro, Sanji is a hilariously written character.
He is great.
He's cold though. I give him that one.
Between him and Kakashi wanted to be a hidden pervert, but he was a pervert the way he got giddy over that book. And when Jiraiya came around and gave him an exclusive,
he was just like, my nigga, bro, you got that gas right here, bro.
He really was. I was like, bro, it is not that. He's like, it ain't even released yet, dog.
Bro, he left immediately. He didn't stay and finish the briefing. This nigga said, hey, yo, bro. He was like, all right, well, I got to teach these kids. He said, hey, yo, bro, hot stuff right off the press. I think Kakashi was like, gasp. And that nigga went back. He was like, oh my gosh. And he signed it.
Kakashi needs to be on the pedophile list. He's reading books like that around children.
Hey, bro, but he ain't show it to him.
This nigga got his dick tucked in his belt loop.
Bro,
training kids.
Bro, he was just like, bro, this is good stories. Nobody writing like this, bro. Nobody writing like this, bro. Like, this nigga Jiraiya is so imaginative. He always had a book tucked.
He really did.
That's crazy.
Then the first time he trained them niggas, he pulled the book out.
Mm-hmm. And you just thinking he's just reading. He's just an intellectual. No.
Not at all.
This nigga's a pervert.
It's like, oh, you think he got all these jutsu because he practiced? No, he has an eye.
And this nigga don't even fuck with bitches because they're not as good as the bitches in the book.
That is some mental health crisis shit. Oh my God.
Women be doing that shit too. They read all these crazy ass stories and they want a dude to do that. I was like, bitch, I got responsibilities.
I'm like, bitch, I'm hot all the time. Stop trying to cuddle me like we in a romance novel.
I ain't vacuum today.
You watch too many fucking rom-coms, bitch. Get off me.
I was like, hell no.
Damn, it's summertime. Why are you all up under me?
My nigga, I ain't gonna go into that.
You have an afro. Get this shit out my face.
Facts, no, hell no. Oh, I'm gonna go back to this because I was gonna say this and then we changed the subject. Luffy's first transformation to Gear 2 was probably the hardest one. Gear 5 was it was tough how they revealed it.
Yeah, like that shit was do.
But then after
he had the African drums for his transformation.
But I'll say it was We expected more gears after that because when he got Gear 2, he literally brought Gear 3 next. But Gear 2 wasn't expected
at all. That shit came out of the left field. Even I was like, where the fuck did this come from?
And then that nigga, and it's so crazy, like how he explained it, is he was just like, bro, I'm glad I met y'all niggas. Because if I wouldn't have met y'all, I wouldn't have needed to even come up with a way to create this. And then he was just like, that nigga Blue Note caught it.
He caught it bad.
Bruh. And
he
it's so
was
crazy.
Teleporting across that rooftop on that nigga.
Bruh, and the thing is funny, he was just coming up with random names. He did moves that he never did again. He just made up names.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, but the hardest hit, I'm surprised he was still conscious after this one, is when he like kicked him up in the air, like he like knocked him down, and then he did spear to his back. Then he stretches, grabs the horns, and then used that as leverage. Missile to the spine. I was like, oh my gosh, bruh. Oh my gosh. And the thing that's crazy is he was just like, oh yeah, all right, boy. And then he did the jet bazooka, knocked him out. Then that nigga Rock lead on his feet. And he was just like, oh, you ain't dead? He said, I'm gonna show you 3. He was like, no, nigga, I'm out. I was like, no, I don't want to know what the fuck that is. I honestly thought the next gear was gonna be like a fast, bigger version. So I know when I seen Gear 4, I wasn't surprised. Nah. I was hyped though. Bounce Man go hard. That was a hard ass name.
Yeah. When he pulled that Gear 3 out on Rob Lucci though, and Rob Lucci was like, man, that ain't nothing. He just blew some air in his fist. It ain't nothing.
Bruh.
That nigga was like, what the fuck?
Bruh. I'll say this though, Rob Lucci. First off, I'm not going to change subject. I'm going to keep going in this one. That show has the hardest names on characters.
Yes.
Now, Rob Lucci, bro, that was the greatest fight I've ever seen. Because first off, you know, Frankie and him showed up together. And then he was just like, hey, bro, I need you to go to Nico Robin. He was like, that nigga ain't going to let me. He was just like, bro, don't worry. I'll figure out something. This nigga, Frankie had the gat on him. He was like, bro, you need to do something about this nigga, bro. This nigga's out Mega Man the shit out this nigga. So, bro, this nigga, Rob Lucci, had like a move set. This nigga even had the trigrams. He's a trigram, 64 foot fingers. That
nigga he pulled the Toguro out on that nigga.
Yes.
Luffy was plucking air at him, then lit up one of his fingers, made that shit hot and fireball jutsu'd his ass. I'm like, Rob Lucci, where are you getting these moves from? This nigga is too good. How is this nigga so cold? Luffy shouldn't have won.
I'll say this, Luffy was getting imaginative too. Like, cause it was one time when he did wrap his tail around him and he was like, shit, I can't move. And then he's twisted his lower half and then spun this nigga around. I was like, Luffy, Luffy wasn't thinking of doing these moves. He just had to do it.
I forgot the drawback for Gear 3 at first was he turns into a child.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
Hilarious, bro. Hilarious. And they never explained how he ended up getting past that.
Nope. But them niggas was throwing them things during that fight.
I can honestly say that was really what I couldn't let go of One Piece after that. Water 7 until that shit, that whole arc was crazy. Oh man, it was so much great shit in that arc. That Usopp shit was sad too. Him about to leave. I thought he was really leaving.
Oh yeah, for sure. I thought it was over for Usopp. Especially after Zoro had that pep talk with Luffy. It was like, you need to learn how to be a real fucking captain, bro. Oh, I'm out of here.
My nigga, I was like, bro, we about to lose the crew.
The Z fighters probably have the lowest IQs in anime history. All of the Buu saga.
Yes, Buu saga was a huge
All
violation.
of the Buu saga. From Goku telling Gohan, no, just calm down. Like, nigga, she is dying. You're dumb to Goku and Vegeta fighting each other and allowing Buu to fucking break out instead of handling that first and then handling y'all fucking grudge. Gohan's fumble. Horrible fucking fumble.
I don't understand why they're so enamored by the world tournament in the first place.
Yup, Goku was outclassed in the world tournament as a child. Why are you there?
That's too much. Like, I think oh, this is just nostalgia.
I get Goku being there as a child. Even when he was an adult in Dragon Ball series, him being there still made sense because he knew there were people out there that were that strong. But after a certain point, you went to space and came back. Why do you give a fuck about a world tournament now? You are galactic level. Who cares? Y'all knew y'all were too strong for it. When y'all said, don't punch the thing too hard, you may break it. And Vegeta was like, I don't give a fuck about this shit. At that point, y'all knew y'all's friend group was the universe's strongest now. There's nobody else stronger than y'all.
And y'all ain't gonna get like a new strong nigga ain't gonna sneak by.
Not on Earth. Y'all would notice it.
Spovovich and that other nigga did show up though.
They were weaker than them for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, they could have killed them.
So they wouldn't have noticed them anyway. Them niggas' power levels was just on. Videl was handling Spovovich at first.
Yeah, I think she like kicked his head around.
Yes,
and he fixed it.
She broke this nigga's neck. He wasn't that strong. He was just a good doctor because he literally fixed a broken neck in seconds. So it's like they wouldn't have noticed him. There was nobody to y'all tier.
I attest that to bad writing, if I'm being honest. Boo Saga, I'll say bad writing.
Of course, but that still doesn't negate my point.
No.
All them niggas were dumb at
one thing for me, I'm just surprised nobody asked Goku to teach them the instant transmission. They just like, oh, that's Goku's. I'm like, bro, this nigga done took all y'all moves. Learn that shit too.
Hell, I'll give them even when they showed up on a battlefield to fight Cell. Why are the rest of y'all here? Y'all are a liability.
Facts. He's like, I'm on front row seat.
For what? For him to cave Trunks' whole chest and back in.
Bruh, I would have loved if Puar was there with Yamcha. Like, that's a good fight, Yamcha.
Oh
like, why the fuck is he here too?
That's what I'm saying. Like, at a certain point, it's like, how dumb can y'all get? Yamcha learned his lesson the hard way and still showed up at the fucking Cell games. Why are you there?
And
you should have learned.
These niggas were just like, yeah, let me see if I can do a little something in this tournament. I was like, shut your dumb ass up, bro. You know you damn well won't do shit. It's cool that you was going to participate, but
y'all are the dumbest strong niggas I've ever seen in anime.
I'll say it was just the times. It was the times. Because, bro, we only had that in like the West for real. We had Yu Yu also.
Pokemon.
Pokemon came on when we was at school. Like, trust me, I know. I wanted to watch it. Like, so Pokemon was like for if you was in like.
No, we had some things, some shit we didn't watch.
Well,
like
Yu Yu Hakusho was
Trigun.
Yes, Trigun was good.
We had we definitely didn't watch Sailor Moon, but Sailor Moon.
Yes, I did.
Never mind that. I didn't watch Sailor Moon.
I watched Gundam. Well, I didn't watch all of Gundam. G Gundam was what brought me in. It was, and if I'm being real, I wouldn't have watched it because I watched it from the first episode. And when the nigga shot the gun, like he literally let off a whole clip at this nigga, and he caught all the bullets within his fingers, and then proceeded to have the hardest intro song I ever heard. That shit was the coldest shit. And then his like, you know, when you watch certain shows, niggas got those cheesy lines. His shit was tough.
Yes.
And then later on, he kept adding shit to it. That nigga said, look to the east. It's a real nigga over there, and it's me. I was like, oh. This nigga was the beast of the east. Bro, like, that nigga Domon Kashu had the hardest jump. And he was like, what did he do? The burning sword. He was like, you gonna take my pain, my suffering, and everything that's fucking with me. He had the coldest shit every time he was about to, like, pop off on a nigga. That nigga had the hardest fucking move. And all he did was just palm your face. I thought that shit was the hardest shit as a kid, bro. I was running up to niggas in the hallways in school, just, hey, Chris, burning finger! Got your bitch ass, nigga. You'd have been dead if I had that shit.
That's funny.
If I had that shit on me, my nigga, you were gone, boy.
You were gone,
You were gone, nigga.
That's fucking funny as hell.
You done.
We really, at some point, got to go into the many violations of Vegeta. He's had way too many of them.
And you know, until you said that on the last pod, and then I thought about it, I was like, there were a lot.
Namek alone was a lot.
Bruh, he literally got planted by Raccoon. If he'd have watered Vegeta, it'd have been a field of Vegetas in Namek.
And then plucked this nigga's up. Ooh, fresh carrots.
Bruh, straight the fuck up. Ooh, a feisty one. I was like,
and
bruh.
Vegeta thought he was doing something when he threw the fucking beam at his face. All you did was give him a haircut. He went from a afro to a mohawk.
Bruh, clean. But you got to give it to Vegeta. He actually killed all the members of the Ginyu Force.
Yeah. Goku's leftovers.
Except for Chase. Chase and Gildo, he killed. Only reason why I never forget Chase is because Chase was begging for his life. Bro, that was so bad. That nigga said, no, Vegeta. No. I was like, oh my God, bro. I would never beg like that, bro. I'm a grown ass man.
Chase had the worst moments of the Ginyu Force.
Hey, but he had the hottest pose though.
That nigga.
That's a choice.
Goku punched this nigga in his nose and he shouted for her holy murder.
Bruh.
That was so bad.
Bruh, this nigga don't let nobody hit him in the face. He never
and Goku
felt that
didn't
before.
even cock back. He just
Yeah.
that shit was bad. I seen that shit.
He
Was
didn't telegraph at all. That's why he didn't see it coming.
He ain't shoot from the hip or nothing. He shot you from the elbow.
Bruh, no, it was no telegraph. You didn't know a punch was coming.
And broke your nose.
Bruh, Goku was moving so fast that you didn't see him moving.
Vegeta picked it up first. He just saw the footprints on the dirt and was like, there's no way this nigga got this fucking good in this short amount of time.
Bruh.
No.
I'll say this. Goku gave him a real bad complex. It's Goku's fault.
Yeah.
He had a big ego from just being a prince, and he just felt like he was the strongest Saiyan besides his dad. And then he just went and then seen a nigga, a regular nigga who rocking orange.
The Goku was a big ass target and was whooping niggas' asses.
Bruh. And then this nigga just shows up to Namek. Bruh, I fought you yesterday. Bruh, real shit though, I liked how they kind of made them normal. Because Goku was in the hospital for some shit until he got a sensu bean. Goku was wrapped up.
He was hurt. He couldn't move.
That nigga was just chilling. He got a sensu bean. The doctor said, hey, what about your bill, nigga?
And immediately took off to Namek.
He said, Bulma got that shit. I'm out.
Real shit. That's my rich friend. She got it, bro.
Bruh.
Like, I know she in space, but she got it.
Yeah,
her dad
bro.
right here. Don't worry about it.
We good. We good.
Don't worry
Capsule
about
Corp, you heard it now? Yeah. Shut the fuck up. I know the owner. I got a question for you. Do you think Goku didn't waste those sensu beans going to Namek? Because he used like 4 before he showed up.
If he hadn't have done it though,
Yeah,
he wouldn't have been as strong.
Yeah, that's true.
So yes, at first in my head I was like, this nigga is wasting these shits, but it's like he needs to recover quickly. And not to mention he puts himself down there at the brink of death every time he trains. Then pops a sensu bean. So the training on top of the Saiyan natural ability to get stronger every time they almost hit death was like, yeah, he went from ×4 his strength to ×8.
Yeah.
Just popping that sensu bean. So it makes sense why he got so much stronger.
That nigga Goku is Trinidad James. And that nigga said, pop the sensu after sweating. Woo, pop the sensu after sweating.
I'm dizzy from laughing. I got lightheaded as shit.
But yeah, man, like, but nah, you made it very clear on that one that he didn't really waste it. It was, yeah, because, and you know, I see a lot of animes do like the one-handed upside down push-ups. He was doing that with crazy gravity. So I was just like, it makes sense.
Then Vegeta did that shit on 2 fingers to try to prove a point while bandaged the fuck up. I was like, God damn, Vegeta really is. He asked Goku what his regimen was and then went in there and amplified it. Yeah.
And this nigga Trunks was marching beside him. He said, this is grown nigga like gravity right now. 180, take your bitch ass with the toys. If I turn yellow. And you know what's so crazy, bro? I don't really see niggas talk about this shit so much, but these stupid ass niggas on the way to Namek, instead of training, they were mental training.
Who?
Krillin and Gohan. These niggas was imaginating battle rapping in their head. He's like, good move, Krillin. I was like, how the fuck you know what he did? You was imagining that shit.
To be fair, they weren't really thinking. They were just thinking, we're going to go there, get these Dragon Balls, dip out.
That's another source of stupid IQ.
It really is.
Now, of course, not to that level of danger, but you cannot expect that you're going to Namek and not come across any type of problems.
Y'all knew, or at least did they know the danger of Namek before they went? I can't remember if any. They
didn't. They ain't know shit about Frieza. They ain't know shit about Ginyu.
That's probably what it was. Then they weren't actually thinking, "Oh, we're about to go here and meet the universe's strongest niggas." So
it was only Krillin, Gohan, and Bulma, right?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
First of all, the recklessness to take a child into space is crazy to me.
I think Gohan was like 9. That's crazy.
Like, why is Gohan going to space with you? Out of all the people, well, everybody else was dead.
Everybody was dead.
They ain't had nobody.
Goku was in the hospital. They literally had nobody. They would have took Yamcha.
That nigga was a crater.
Bruh, he was gone. Everybody was dead.
I was literally about to say, why didn't they take one of the other niggas? All of them were dead.
And Yajirobe was not going. No, sir.
They should have took Mr. Popo.
I was about to say, no, Popo was just, he got to stay, up there at Kami spot. They got real gas there, bro.
All these squares make a circle.
Bruh, this nigga had high atmosphere za.
Nah, he was hallucinating some shit.
Bruh.
You're already in high altitude and you're high? Mm-hmm. Oh, nah, bruh.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I ain't leaving this place, bruh.
That nigga eyes weren't red, they were purple.
Bruh, he had no pupils. That's crazy.
That nigga looked
his
possessed.
pupils was white. That's scary, bruh. That's scary. You always on the psychedelic. But yeah, now that I think about it, they didn't have anybody, bro. All they had was Krillin, Gohan, and then Bulma. They had nobody else. Everybody was dead. Nappa went through some niggas, bro. Nappa went through some niggas. What is an interesting idea if like Vegeta would have never killed Nappa and him and Nappa went to Namek together, but that'd have been interesting.
You know what's crazy? If Goku didn't show up, Vegeta didn't have to move that entire fight. He would have stayed right in place and watched Nappa run through all of them. That is crazy. Mm-hmm. Your strongest doesn't even have to move. That is fucking sick.